Welcome to Democracy Roundtable. I'm Amara, and with me today, as always, is the insightful Nadia. We have a packed show for you this Tuesday, April 14th, 2026, touching on escalating international tensions, significant domestic policy shifts, and crucial questions about the future of technology and our democratic institutions. From naval blockades to AI models and judicial independence to housing crises, there's a lot to unpack.
Thanks, Amara. It truly feels like we're navigating a very complex and volatile political landscape right now. The sheer volume of critical news coming out of Washington and around the globe is staggering, and much of it carries profound implications for civil rights and the democratic process. I'm eager to dive into these conversations today.
Indeed. Let's start with what's dominating headlines: the Trump administration's escalating actions against Iran. President Trump has ordered the U.S. Navy to implement a naval blockade of ships traveling to and from Iranian ports. This is a significant and, frankly, alarming shift in U.S. policy, and it's already raising concerns about potential military conflict and economic repercussions. We've seen several reports confirming this, including analyses highlighting the administration's intent to pressure Iran to restart negotiations, as well as the implementation of the blockade in the Strait of Hormuz to curtail oil exports.
It's a deeply concerning development, Amara. The Strait of Hormuz is a vital shipping lane, and any disruption there could have global economic ramifications, not just for the U.S., but for many countries reliant on that oil supply. And the risk of miscalculation, of accidental escalation, feels incredibly high. We're already seeing reports about Republican concerns over rising gas prices here at home as a result of these actions, which could certainly impact the upcoming midterm elections.
Exactly, Nadia. President Trump's own comments suggesting high gas prices may persist have certainly not assuaged those fears within his own party. Interestingly, despite some speculation, analysis suggests their ISNTA significant MAH-GA split with Trump on this Iran policy, indicating a continued alignment. And yet, amidst all this tension, Pakistan is proposing new talks between the U.S. and Iran, with Vice President Vance and President Trump even hinting at potential progress. It is a dizzying mix of escalation and faint glimmers of diplomacy. Let's bring in Sarah, our legal affairs correspondent, on this. Sarah, from a legal and international law perspective, what are the implications of a naval blockade like this?
Thanks, Amara. This is indeed a highly contentious move under international law. While nations do have rights to self-defense, a naval blockade of this nature, outside of a declared war or UN Security Council authorization, can be seen as an act of aggression. It directly impacts freedom of navigation, a fundamental principle of international maritime law. The administration would argue it as a coercive measure short of war, but the line is incredibly thin, and the potential for a direct confrontation with Iranian vessels or even third-country vessels is immense. This also brings to mind President Trump's ongoing pattern of leveraging legal mechanisms or pushing their boundaries, even domestically. We just saw his $10 billion lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal dismissed, a clear affirmation of press protections, yet it as part of a broader strategy against media organizations.
That's a really crucial point, Sarah, about the thin line between coercion and aggression. And the dismissal of that WSJ lawsuit is a relief for press freedom, but it highlights a persistent effort to silence critical voices, doesn't it?
Absolutely, Nadia. It's a pattern. And speaking of patterns, the scrutiny around the Trump family business dealings, particularly with the Trump Organization expanding its international presence during President Trump's second term, continues to raise serious conflict of interest concerns. Ethics experts are rightly worried about the erosion of norms when private financial interests so closely intersect with public office, especially in dealings with countries that have close ties to the U.S. government. And then there's the accusation by Justin Sun, a major investor, that the Trump-linked crypto firm, World Liberty Financial, is misleading investors, with claims of officials freezing user accounts. It's another layer of financial opacity and concern.
These are significant ethical and legal challenges facing the administration. Sarah, thank you for that insight. Now, let's shift to another area where the administration's actions are drawing considerable concern: immigration and the judiciary. Elena, our correspondent on immigration and border policy, joins us. Elena, we've seen a troubling report about 2 immigration judges being removed after blocking the deportation of pro-Palestinian students. What's your take on this, and how does it connect to broader trends?
Thanks, Amara. This is incredibly alarming and, frankly, unprecedented. The removal of immigration judges for ruling against the administration's agenda directly undermines judicial independence and signals a clear intent to politicize the immigration court system. One of the removed judges explicitly voiced concerns about a broader agenda to reshape the immigration bench to reflect the administration's political priorities. This isn't just about these 2 cases. It is about the integrity of due process for all immigrants. This also connects to what we're seeing globally. For example, in Australia, the opposition leader is employing Trump-inspired immigration rhetoric, trying to counter right-wing populism, but risking alienating multicultural communities. It is a concerning trend of harsh, often dehumanizing, language becoming normalized in political discourse, echoing sentiments that have fueled our own border policies.
It's chilling, Elena. The idea that judges can be removed for making rulings that don't align with the executive branch's political goals is a direct threat to the rule of law. And seeing that rhetoric spread internationally is a stark reminder of the global impact of our own political climate. It's a race to the bottom.
Exactly, Nadia. It creates a climate of fear and self-censorship within the judiciary, and it directly impacts the lives and rights of vulnerable individuals. The implications for asylum seekers and those seeking due process are dire.
A truly critical issue, Elena. Thank you. From the judiciary to the cutting edge of technology. Were ye also seeing significant developments? Rachel, our contributor who covers technology and digital privacy, joins us to discuss Anthropic's new Mythos AI model. Rachel, this model has triggered security concerns in Washington, with the AI firm itself warning officials about potential risks. What should we know?
Thanks, Amara. This is a big deal. Anthropic's Mythos AI model represents a new frontier in artificial intelligence, and the fact that the company felt compelled to brief the White House on its potential risks shortly after development speaks volumes. It's a powerful technology with capabilities that could, if misused or if safeguards fail, pose national security threats or privacy risks on an unprecedented scale. The limited release suggests a cautious approach, but the underlying concern is that these advanced AI models are developing faster than our ability to understand or regulate them effectively. We're also seeing that Anthropic is in discussions with the Trump administration about its next time's AI model, which signals a potential shift in how the administration approaches AI policy, hopefully towards more robust regulation and oversight. But it's still early days.
That's both fascinating and terrifying, Rachel. The idea that the developers themselves are flagging security concerns underscores how critical it is for government to engage with this technology responsibly. They've seen the pitfalls of moving too fast in other tech areas, Tiwi, especially concerning data privacy and misinformation.
Absolutely, Nadia. The potential for these models to be weaponized or to exacerbate existing societal issues like disinformation is very real. And the discussions with the administration highlight a growing recognition in Washington that AI isn't just a tech issue. It's a national security and democratic stability issue. The stakes couldn't be higher for getting this right.